Well, I think the impeachment process really does add more uncertainty into the markets, and that's going to feed through to consumer sentiment. It's going to feed through to the volatility that we see. But it's the fact that the president came out and hit the biggest thing that's hanging over the market right now. That's the U.S.-China trade war, saying that we could get a deal sooner rather than later. That's what's been really lifting this market today. But I do think we have to look and see, does the impeachment process actually add more doubt to the trade war? Does it mean the president's more willing to make a deal sooner, like he mentioned? I mean, we saw the deal with Japan today that many people said was a light deal. Perhaps he's willing to do something like that. Or does it make China stand back a little bit and decide to wait longer? So I think there's some volatility we'll see going forward as impeachment plays on China trade war.
Brian, I want to go to you about some of those issues that Victoria had raised in terms of the chances of a China trade deal with impeachment on the president's plate at this point. Your note was really interesting, I thought, because you actually said that his reelection chances could actually improve in 2020, and this could actually be harmful to Joe Biden.
Yeah, I think politically, I think there's a prospect of backlash against Democrats. Parties that are given these political opportunities often misplay them, overplay their hands. And I think on Biden in particular, to the extent that this story stays in the press, it hurts him. Because his opponents in the Democratic primary, I don't think are going to explicitly use it against him, but it's kind of implied. I mean, his biggest challenger right now is Elizabeth Warren. And what's one of the great Warren narratives is the system is rigged, that the powerful and the rich have advantages you and I don't. And in that, the Biden angle of this kind of plays into the Warren narrative. So I think it hurts him, helps her. But at the end of the day, I think Trump voters are going to rally behind the president. They see the deck as being stacked against him, that it's an unfair playing field. And I think at the end of the day, it actually helps rally his troops and helps his reelection prospects.
Barry, you can comment on the politics of that if you will, but does it change the landscape for you? Investors now need to start looking at that 2020 election event. It's definitely on the radar, especially for someone like you with a longer-term horizon.
Yeah, as we look at this particular situation, is it Nixon or is it Clinton? Nixon, the time it started after the Saturday Night Massacre, the market fell 25%, basically till the time that he left office. When you look at Clinton, it fell 20% before the process started, but went up 25% once the whole thing got in motion. And I think that's because investors saw through it as maybe being more of a political fight than really something to throw a president out. And if that's the way this turns out, then I would say the direction we're going in the market is likely to continue. We've got good momentum, and we've got sentiment just starting to turn a little more positive, which could give this a little bit more of a boost.